Blue Jays have just wrapped up taking 2 of 3 from the Boston Red Sox after, an interesting series with Cleveland. Nice to see Max Scherzer back. That comes all of it on the heels of, losing 2 of 3 to the White Sox. It's been a little up and down here, but the Blue Jays...
More up and down.
Yes, and the Blue Jays do now find themselves back 6 clear of 500. And look, they're about to play the Yanks for 4 games. I didn't see the score in the Yankees game today. I guess it's all about expectations. I'm seeing a lot of people saying this series with the Jays and Yankees, where I believe if things have been, the Jays are going to come into this 2 or 2.5 games back of the
2.5 back, I believe, depending on what happens today.
I guess it really depends on how realistic it is that you believe the Jays could win the division. I thought this series with the Red Sox was frankly more important than the 4-gamer with the Yankees, and that's because I don't believe the Blue Jays are a division-winning team. Now, if you can take 3 or 4 from the Yankees, then now we got a thing. We're doing this and we're talking about it. But to take 2 or 3 from the Red Sox, even if
after 2 or 3
the
from
middle
the Guardians,
one was was not ideal. The biggest thing about that one, I guess, and I'm sort of all over the map here, you can take it wherever you want, but on Saturday, you're playing for 16 straight days. There's no off days coming, and that series with the Yankees starting on Monday is huge. To see Bassett not be able to give you any length and to kind of blow up your bullpen going into that. As you and I have been sitting here doing the show, we don't know how many pitchers it took to get through Sunday.
How far Lauer went?
Yes, I'm betting not.
I don't
really
know. In a 5-3 game, I'm thinking he probably went 5.
Could be. Which one for you stood out more? Like, do you have your eye on the division and this 4-gamer with the Yankees, or was it about just don't fucking drop another one to?
Well, you know what the problem is? You get this fucking Rays in between us and Yankees.
Yeah.
And you're like, those guys.
Go away.
Like, honestly, do you even what do you have a franchise? Are you going to be in Montreal? Or are you going to be in Kansas City? Like, what are you doing? Why do you even have a franchise?
Yeah.
I'm listening to the Saturday game, the Bassett game on the radio.
Bad one.
I'm doing a bunch of things, and Bassett comes out, and the first 2 guys, bam, he is on it, and I'm like. And the Jays have come off 2 straight, or if not 3 straight shutouts, and you're like, this is going to be beautiful. And this Red Sox team there's no threat.
Right. We traded that to San Francisco.
And then it went bam, 3 in the first, 3 with 2 outs,
all
3 in the
with 2
first,
outs. Yes.
Then 3 in the second.
This was like a franchise all-timer in terms of runs against with 2 outs.
3 in the third, and you're like, fuck, man, it's 9-zip. After 3, and I'm wandering around going, there's no reason for me to listen.
No. And there's a part of you that's like, Bassett, you're going to have to just stay in there and eat it. But he's a vet, and you don't want to disrespect him. But as I just said, they're about to play.
Who's been
100%.
good.
But they're about to play a bunch in a row with no off days. You need the pen in good shape going into that New York series. They should have made him stay in there, man.
Okay, but through the Gosman game in the end of which was the game 3 of the
Cleveland
of the Guardian series.
Yeah,
he went 8.
Yep.
Barrios in game 1 of the Red Sox.
Yeah.
The bullpen was super rested through those, coming into Saturday.
But knowing you had Lauer the next day.
Yeah, it's a bullpen game, essentially,
yes.
air quotes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And the fact that it ended up being 15-1 or whatever the final score was.
Got Tyler Heineman in there pitching.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you're like, whatever, man. Once it's 9-1, you're like, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
No,
so
honestly.
So once it comes down, Mazel Tov, you move on, you win game 3. So to me, the fact that they've taken the White Sox series was a bit of they fucked that away.
Mm-hmm.
As they did game 3, the middle game of the Guardian series.
Yes.
That game was there in the 8th for them to win.
But game 3 showed some fight. Like that one was there to lose, and they pulled it out of the fire, right? Like a lot of these, which could be as concerning as anything else. You're not definitively beating people, you're kind of getting the coin coming up your way a lot here.
And so you have yet. So we saw Scherzer, who was on that loss in the middle game of the Guardians, I believe.
5 runs.
Santander.
5 innings. Santander may have been the most injured man in the league by the sound of it. He's still not doing anything.
Yeah. So, but Scherzer went 3 runs on 5 innings.
Yes.
I believe that's what it was.
I thought it was 4, but yeah.
And so you are now looking at, we've got to July 1st, essentially, with no Scherzer impact and Santander being the biggest disappointment.
Yes.
Played 2 months of, we're waiting. He's never a good starter. He's never a good starter.
This is it.
And then
he's leaving.
He's not a good starter, and now he's injured.
Yeah.
So you know what? If you can come back in July and be a 20 home run guy, and
I don't think anyone's expecting to see him for at least 3 weeks. Like, he's not even swinging the bat right now.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, all I'm saying is between Lucas, Clement, and Barger, like if you look at them, those 3 guys who you go, I wasn't expecting shit from there. I was expecting a whole lot from Santander and Scherzer. And you sort of look around, and Lauer being a bit of it's a bit of found money.
Sure.
And you sort of go.
And Clement is suddenly all right.
And if I can
Lucas, all right.
if I can be all over the place,
do it.
Which what we do here.
Yeah.
You know, Cal Raleigh in Seattle is having a fucking unbelievable first half of the season. And people are going, well, Alejandro Kirk should be an all-star. And I'm like, let him stay home.
He should be an all-star, though.
Yeah, okay. I agree. But the last time...
I'm with you. I don't want any of my guys ever to go to all-star
Last time Kirk
events.
went to the all-star game and he was deserving,
that was the end of his season.
That was the end of his season. You go, that's a guy who we need...
I heard he passed on the home run derby, but has...
Kirk?
But has entered the 2-out or 2-strike slap base hit opposite field single derby.
And all I'm saying is
and that'd be great. I'd watch that.
Let that guy stay home because you're going to need him 2 out of 3 for the rest of the season and DHing in the game he doesn't play.
Yep.
So I just think they have I'm surprised with where they are as the second, flirting with the first wildcard spot. I don't see them as division winners.
This is it, eh? Like, we've had this conversation a few times, even going into the season, like it was all about reasonable expectations. And you were irritated at the time that they weren't going to be any good. And I had said, I want to enjoy this season because I think they're going to be significantly less good in coming years, right? So let me enjoy the last year of Vlad, which isn't now going to be the thing, but the last year of Bo. So it's sort of
Bo's still third in major league hits.
Yes. But I am very pleasantly surprised about where they are right now. And it was because I always just assumed they'd be 3-4 games above or below 500.
Yes.
And they're at the top end of that right now. So I understand for fans who want to be, well, if they're not World Series contenders, what are we even doing here? Man, there was a whole other universe out there that was going to have you a lot further from it than where you are right now.
I want to see them 10 games above 500 rather than...
They're not good enough for that.
They're 6 or 7 right now.
Hey, Siri, what's the Blue Jays record? Because I think it's 4 or 5.
The Blue Jays are 44-38 right now. That's third place.
All right, sawed off.
6 games.
And I don't know if that counts today or not, so you may be...
Yeah, anyways.
Yeah.
To me, whether they're 6 or 7, if they end up being, because they had that 10-2 record over that one streak that pushed them.
Yep.
If they can continue to win more than lose the rest of the season,
that'd be great.
Right? And if you in a weak American League, not just East, but the American League.
Baltimore suddenly just decided, we're terrible. Like, that was a team we expected to contend this year.
Well, were they terrible? Are they terrible now, or were they good 2 years, like in the last 2 years, or were they terrible 4 years ago? Like, what is that team?
Let me ask you about Scherzer, because he did come back, as he said. He gave them 5 innings. They were far from glorious, but it was his first start coming back, and frankly, for me, coming out of that, it wasn't so much his results. It's talk to me in 2 or 3 days.
Right.
Is the thumb okay? Is the forearm okay? Is the shoulder, the back, everything that's apparently tied to this? And we haven't heard anything. I believe he's supposed to start Monday, maybe Tuesday. Against the Yanks. And sounds like we're on par. If you could get that from him the rest of the way, 40-year-old Max Scherzer, 5 and a little bit, and 3 runs or less. You going to take that from that guy?
100%.
Yeah.
Like, I think he struck out 7.
Yeah. He seemed to struggle with the high fastball, which is key to his, like he was having trouble locating that. He needs that, but
I was just going to say, his velocity was okay.
yeah, but his location high in the zone was a problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
His location. It was the pinpoint accuracy that was sort of off with him. And so.
But if he can give me that the rest of the way, because you only ever signed him expecting him to be like a 4 or 5. If he can give me 5 innings of competent.
I've been happy with what the big 3 have been giving us in terms of Gosman, Barrios, and Bassett.
Yeah.
You throw Scherzer in there, and if you can sort of manage that 5th spot, because Bowden Francis, man, we talked about it preseason. You're like, I don't expect him to be what he was the final 2 months of 2024.
Right. But please don't be what
Can
you
you
were
be
before
80?
that.
Can you be 80% of that?
No, I can't.
No, I can be 30% of it.
Okay, why don't you go hang out in the Florida Coast
This
League?
is it, and you sort of go, yeah. I to me to be Dave Steeb 1985, I don't expect that from you. But can you give me something in between what you are right now?
Yeah.
No. And we'll see where Manoah is.
Yeah.
But if not, you have Lauer and that bullpen. You can't have two.
And you're in it. Like, you've forced management's hand to.
Right. You're not trading Bo now.
No.
Clearly, that's
You're going to buy. You're not going to sell. You don't have to buy big, but you're not selling.
no. And you're looking for bullpen,
Yeah.
back into the rotation kind of stuff, right? And go, we're gonna sort of Minnesota Twins this or Oakland A's in their sort of no, but in their wild card days.
I
Right?
believe you mean the Sacramento A's.
Yeah, but anyways, that is what I'm looking at. Is you're looking for your offense is what it is. You're not going to bring in a huge difference maker up
No.
in the lineup.
Maybe Santander will
Come back and be that guy for you. And
in mid-August.
if you can get a back of the rotation / sort of late innings
ahead of Scherzer, but
high
behind your
leverage,
big 3.
and a high leverage stud.
Yes.
Right, that is what you're looking for.
Yeah. DFA Chad Green. Please do not pitch that guy again, please.
Yeah, well,
Please.
And him and Hoffman
Please.
and Swanson, and you're like, I don't know what are you
Well,
doing
Hoffman's
here?
going to be okay, I think.
Yeah,
And
can we get Garcia back and up and running and looking good?
Chad Green makes me mad red. That's
Dead red, mad red.